Hey, oh, it's not live yet. Hey, everybody, welcome to my live broadcast on this beautiful Tuesday morning. I hope you're doing amazing out there. What I wanted to talk about today was something that's pretty impactful in most people's lives. And I get on the phone with a lot of people every day, and something that comes up often is fear. So the fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, the fear of the what if, the fear of what if it doesn't go well, the fear of maybe I'm not good enough for this, the fear of I've tried everything and and this isn't going to work either. There's Fear is a fundamental construct in life that protects us. So from an evolutionary perspective, fear is designed to protect us from getting killed out in the wild. But what it's done in today's society and the way we live in modern times is fear has created a construct around our lives that stops us from seeing and making progress and moving forward. Because when we look at decisions we have to make, when we look at difficult decisions, we often think, well, what if it goes wrong? Then I'm not going to make it. What if it doesn't work? What are people going to say? What's going to happen? And we never think about the what could actually happen. We never think about the worst case, the probable case, and the best case scenario. And so we're automatically assuming the worst case scenario possible in our lives. And what does this do for people? Well, typically in life, when we consistently let fear control us and we consistently let fear tell us that we're not going to be successful and we let fear stop us from making progress, we never get anywhere. We never make progress. We consistently stay stuck. We never actually move past a point of pain. We never actually move into a place to where we're successful. And if you think about the people in life who are ultimately successful, they're the ones who took the risks, the ones who didn't let fear control them, and they're the ones who pushed the boundaries of what everybody else thought was possible. And now, do you have to be someone who's doing something like that? No, but you do need to be someone who doesn't allow fear to control you in your life. Because if you let fear control you, you're never going to make decisions. You're always going to wish you would have done it. You're going to fast forward 10 years from now and say, dang, I really wish I would have tried something. I really wish I would have done something about that, because you let fear control you. And so if you're consistently and constantly in a place of fear and you're not letting that allow you to push to the next boundary and push to the next level, well, then you're never going to get anywhere. And that's the problem. If you never let yourself push past fear, and if you never make difficult decisions, and if you don't do it because of all the what ifs, well, you're never going to get anywhere. And then in the future, well, you're going to look back and you're going to regret not being able to get there. You're going to regret not making that decision. You're going to regret not trying. And so if you're in these decisions, if you're letting fear hold you back from getting a new job, from asking for a promotion, from taking advantage of your health and wellness, you're going to look back and wish you would have done it. You're going to look back in 10 years and say, I wish I really would have taken my progress seriously. I wish I would have taken my health seriously. I wish I wasn't on all these medications now. I wish I wasn't in a place of pain. I could have solved this 10 years ago. How many of you watching this now are in a place of pain that you know you could have solved it 10 years ago? You weren't in this place and you were in a good place, and it's become progressively worse and gotten you to this point. Well, what got you there? It's not that you're a bad person. It's not that you were ever in a bad place. It's that you didn't make the decision to take action, or you gave up after trying to take action once or twice. And because you gave up, you never actually realized the success that you could have. And that success could have been right around the corner. It could have been the next thing you tried. It could have been. And that's the thing. It could have been. But it's not, because you didn't make the decision to do it. And because you didn't make that decision, nothing happened. And because nothing happened, now you live in a certain amount of pain. And you wish that you would have made that decision. And if you're not in this future yet, well, then this is your opportunity every single day to take advantage of the decisions you know you want to make, but you haven't. Every day, it's your opportunity to say yes to the things that you want to do, to say yes to the things that could get you where you want to be, and to say yes to being the best version of who you're going to be. Because if you don't take that opportunity today, if you don't say yes today, if you don't say yes to being who you want to be, if you don't say yes to being everything you could be, everything you've thought about being, well, then tomorrow you're going to regret it. And tomorrow you're going to wish that you would have done it. And tomorrow you're going to look back and say, wow, how did I let myself go for so long? How did I allow this to happen for so many years? How did I let fear control me to the level to where I didn't ever do anything about it? And how did I get to this place? Well, you got to this place because you never made the decision to make that change. You let fear and inaction control you for so long that it became normal. Normal became complacent, and complacent became being comfortable with not taking action. So if you're struggling with something in your health and wellness, if you want to take advantage of being the best version of who you are, if you want a promotion, if you're tired of people walking all over you, well, then today it's time to make that decision to take that action. Today it's time to make that decision to make a change in your life. Because if you don't make that decision today, well, you're never going to make it. It becomes easier to say no tomorrow and easier to say no the next day and easier to say, well, I can't do that. I don't have enough time. I'm not good enough. What do people think? What if I fail? Every day it becomes easier to justify those responses. And every day you're going to look back and a little piece of you is going to wish that you would have made that decision to make that change. So if you're in a position to where you've been struggling with something, and if you're in a position in your life to where you want to make a change, but you're afraid to make a change, well, then I suggest you make that decision today or regret everything that happens tomorrow. Because if you regret everything that happens tomorrow, you're always going to look back and wish you would have done it. There's no worse position in life to be in than to live in regret. And you don't have to live in regret. You can make the decision to make a change. So what if you fail? So what if you fail a couple times? It's going to happen. It's part of the process. But you know what isn't part of the process? Not doing anything because of the what ifs that could happen. So comment below. What's something you've been thinking about doing that you haven't done? And why haven't you done it? Is it fear? Is fear controlling you? And if it is, then make the decision to make that change today, right now. Stop sitting on it. Stop waiting on it. Stop using the I don't have time reason. Stop using the what if it doesn't work reason, because you're going to fail. It's part of the process. It's part of life. But what happens when we experience failure is we learn, we grow, we get better, and we develop new identities around what we're doing. And that's how we ultimately become successful. The things we want aren't easy. They're not going to come in a handbasket, but they will come to you over time. Life's greatest successes came from making that decision to push fear aside and say, I'm going to make this happen today. I'm going to stop letting fear control me, and then doing it and taking action and then failing and doing it again and failing and doing it again. It might take you a few years to figure it out. It might take you a few months, but you're not going to look back and regret that you didn't try. And you're not going to look back and regret and wish that you had done something. You're going to look back and say, I did everything I ever could have to be successful. And look where it got me. I learned, I failed here, but then I figured it out. Then I did here and I failed again and I figured it out. And now I have everything I ever wanted. I'm in every position I ever could have been in. And every one of us has that hidden deep within our heart and soul. We have the ability to do it. We just don't. We refuse to do it. We refuse to take action because we let fear control our lives. So here's my plea to you. If you're struggling, if you're suffering, whether it's your health, your career, your life, whatever your relationships, if you're struggling, make that decision to make a change. And if you can't do it on your own, find someone who can help you. There's no better place to be in than with a good coach who can guide you along the way. And I don't care if that coach is me or a business coach or whatever it is, figure it out. Someone can help you along the way. And you're going to have a mental investment, you're going to have a physical investment, and a financial investment. And if you refuse to invest your whole self into something, well, then it's never going to work at the same time. Because if you're not 100% committed and 100% invested, well, then the fear is going to continue to control you because you're only half invested, 75% invested, 25% invested. So if you're in this position, make that decision today. Make that decision to make the change in your life that you've always wanted. Stop letting fear control you. Don't let the excuses that float in control you. Just do it. Do something. Take action. Do anything. The first step is taking action. If you take action, even a micro action, it's going to give you the motivation to take more action. It's easy to say no repeatedly. It's also easy to say yes once and then say yes again and again and again, because the first time you do it, the easier it is to repeatedly do it. So that's all I have to say today. Don't let fear control you. Don't be in a place to where you think you have to live in pain, because you don't. You can get out of this pain. You have every opportunity available to you, but you can't let fear control your life and stop you from your dreams. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. If you want to learn more about what I do, you always go to stoneagefield.com/video, and you can learn about what we do and how we control fear. Otherwise, make that decision to make that change. All right. See ya.